Okay. So, the six kingdoms, there's Archaebacteria, which are really old. They're prokaryotic, which means there's no nuclei. They're heterotrophs, which means they need to ingest nutrients. And they live in hostile environments. Then the second kingdom is Eubacteria, which are simple, rugged, asexual organisms. Then there's Protista, which are mostly single-celled. Some are autotrophs and some are heterotrophs, and some are both sexual or asexual, and they live in water or moist habitats. Then fungi. Fungi are mostly multicellular. They're all heterotrophs. They reproduce sexually or asexually, and most are terrestrial. Plantae are multicellular autotrophs. They're sexual or asexual, and they're mostly terrestrial. Animalia are multicellular heterotrophs, and they're mostly sexual, and they live on land or sea. And the ways of there's Latin naming and Linnaean grouping. So binomial nomenclature is genus and species. Note the capitalization of genus. Linnaeus tried classifying by physicals or similar features. He made levels like there's kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus, species. The dichotomous key or spider key, it offers choices that branch off into different parts of the key, and the goal is to distinguish different organisms using the key. Similarities to plants and fungi. The cells are eukaryotic, which means there are no membrane-bound organelles. They have numerous organelles. They have cell walls. They're anchored. They use asexual or sexual reproduction. But the differences are plants have only one nucleus per cell, and the there are many nucleuses possible in fungi per cell. Plants are mostly autotrophs. Fungi are heterotrophic. Plants use starch as a major storage. Uh, Fungi don't have storage molecules. Plants have roots. Fungi don't have roots. Plants have cellulose in the wall. Fungi have chitin in the walls, the cell walls. And most plants reproduce by seeds, and no fungi use seed. Okay. Oh. The importance of fungi. They're decomposers. They turn complex substances into easy to use components. They're used to create bread, beer, wine through yeast and antibodies like penicillin. The relationship between two organisms that benefit each other is a symbiotic relationship. Lichens are air quality monitors because they absorb air. You can tell how the air is doing. How to classify plants. There's non-vascular, which are birophytes. Vascular, which are tracheophytes. Seedless plants, which are pyridiophytes. And plants with seeds are spermatophytes. There's naked seeds, which are gymnosperms, or enclosed seeds, which are angiosperms. Viruses. The structure is like a structure of a virus is the head is filled with nucleic acid. The tail is composed of a collar, a tube, which is surrounded by a sheath, and an end plate. The tail fibers and spikes underneath. Our reproduction of viruses. There's the cycle. The cycle thingy is first it attaches, so the virus chemically recognizes the host and attaches entire virus or genetic material in that. Okay, reproduction attachment. Virus chemically recognizes host and attaches entire virus or genetic material into cytoplasm, and it enters the cytoplasm. Synthesis. Viral information fuses with cell's DNA or RNA. Assembly. The cell creates new parts for the virus. Release. Viral products released, and the host cell dies. Uh, there's two different cycles though. It could be the lytic cycle that the process kills the host, or the lysogenic cycle, which is the dormancy of a viral attack, so it stays in the host. Prevention is antibiotics don't affect viruses, but vaccines do. Bacteriophages are viruses specially used to attack bacteria. Bacteria, they reproduce using binary fission, which is like the DNA doubles and then the cell splits, so it's asexual. They could use spore formation, which is in unfavorable conditions. DNA contained in spore will change back in favorable conditions. Or conjugation, which is like a protein bridge is created and DNA is exchanged, which is a sexual reproduction. There's antibiotics, which is slight variation occurs in population, causing surviving bacteria to reproduce and create more bacteria of different types. Okay, now we're on to organ systems. So, yeah. I'm going to leave organ systems for a separate video, so I'm just going to let this video run out. Should be good enough.